Hello everybody, welcome back. Good morning. Let's have a look at, we'll just mostly think about Bitcoin really. We'll be doing a stream on Sunday if you want to join for that. Until then, if you're in a rush, I might as well tell you that we're at a place right now where we're most likely to bounce. Maybe even reverse. I know. Heard that one before, haven't we? But I'll show you the reasons why. So basically, we've come down to this horizontal, the horizontal that we bottomed out at in August. Okay, we've also, if we measure from the top to the bottom, we're down about 15% now, which is one of the biggest ones that we've seen for Bitcoin, and quite quickly as well. So we did something very similar from here to here. We saw a pullback of basically 14%. Just over a couple of weeks, about 3 weeks, and now we've done it within a 2-week period this time. So, what other things are we looking at? So the horizontal is one, the golden cross, we've got exponentials and simples, but all down here as well, emphasizing the fact that this is pretty strong support. We've also got the hidden and the regular bullish divergence, all on the daily as well. So the daily looks like there's a good chance for it to bounce. And where was it most likely to bounce to? Where would the targets be? Well, for me, it'll be moving up into the center of this range, another 8.5% move, roughly about 16, just short of $117,000. Now it could phase out at any of these places. It could just get rejected at 112 or less. But to be fair with you, a move of this size down is usually going to have a counter move, and a counter move is usually going to happen from a major support with some divergence in play. So we've got all that. We've got the horizontal support for those who don't like moving averages. We've got moving average support for those of us who love it. We've got the divergence as well to suggest that the momentum is at least going to shift, if nothing for if just only for a bounce. And then you've got a horizontal one, moving averages all the way here, and the last moving average, one of the main ones, is going to be this one here, your 20 moving average along with the horizontal, which marks off this sort of range that we were stuck within. But I have to say, it's not uncommon for these to find reversals from. You could easily see this completely move up, bang, all the way up to a new local high, maybe 130, or higher. I'm not going to say that's definitely what's going to happen. I don't have any evidence for that. But what I would say is that a bounce from here is very likely. It's the most likely, to be honest with you. And if we form a lower high, so be it. But we go bang, 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 down to 101,000. Or maybe we go bang, 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 bang. I'd say both of those scenarios are equally likely. But the beauty of both of those scenarios is that they both start with a bounce from here. I think it's way more likely that we bounce and go through than break down still at this stage now. So that would be that. Next on the list, let's have a look at Ethereum. So Ethereum is at a horizontal as well. So Ethereum has not made a new local low, which is cool. We've got the regular bullish divergence here as well, which also hit the golden cross as well. So Ethereum's already done that, and might be responding appropriately. The main thing to think about with Ethereum is that it's a slow dragging sort of decrease in price here. From here to here, we saw a 27, we saw a 21, but we still made a higher low in this form. This is what we're looking at. So with that, the horizontal comes in at 3,855. The death cross comes in at 4,300. I think if Bitcoin moves up, we're looking to play within these ranges. And if you're lucky, you might make your way back up to 4,500. But I think initially, if Bitcoin's going to bounce, we should target this area for Ethereum, the 4-hourly death cross, which is about 11 to a 12% move. So a bigger move, obviously, that of Bitcoin, but obviously with an immediate reaction down. Let's have a look at this weak ass thing. So regular bullish divergence all on the 4-hourly. That's good. Dancing around this trend line, the trend line of all trend lines. It's the breakout trend line. It seems to be being referenced by price action. It might all just be a coincidence, but it looks like it's doing it. No bull div here on the on the daily. It only exists on that 4-hourly, and the weekly sitting at the 50 exponential as well. So there is an opportunity for it to bounce here also, and then this would encourage other things, XLM, Algo, all those other things, HBAR, to move up as well. But we should all just recognize one thing, that we are generally at this point looking pretty wrecked. So you know, obviously we're all in a lot of these things from much lower. That's not the case for every single altcoin I own, I can tell you now. But for the most part I am. And so, for safety purposes, on this next bounce, wherever it might take me, I am going to start reducing some cash positions. Yeah, I mean, reducing some crypto positions, moving them into cash, because there is a feeling, deep down inside that actually we're coming to a bitter end. So. Look, there will be plenty. I will be holding plenty, so don't you worry. I am not going to be selling any of my Bitcoins. They will remain. I will sell some of my XRP. Yep. I will keep my Ethereums. That's right. All of my Ethereums I will keep. But I'm going to have a bit of a tidy up on my spot account. Just to get that cash in there. We're looking over at the Dixie, and we'll leave it on the Dixie. The Dixie is rejected from the top of a Bollinger Band, and it's now down at the centre of the Bollinger Band, which is your 20 moving average on the weekly. Okay, a bounce could take place from here, but it looked a little weak, to be honest, and a full-on rejection from the top of the range, bearish engulfing candle forming, to be honest with you, and we'll close that candle today. So it looks like it wants to keep going down, back down towards the bottom of the trend line. That's 96.5, and if it were to break down below there, then actually the bull market is likely to continue, and everybody has a great time, and it would all match with this idea that we're going to go parabolic. And look, I don't know how long you've been in crypto, but I've been in crypto for many years now, and I can tell you now, let me tell you, Octobers are not normally amazing. What would be a good example of this? Just your average altcoin, to be honest with you. There's an average altcoin. We'll see what XRP is doing, although XRP is always very different. Where were we October 2020? What were we looking like October 2020? October 2020, we'd come up from this big move up, September, October, into October, bouncing, and then retracing into November, and then a big move up. That's generally that's what I remember. And what was Litecoin doing around that same time? This has turned out to be one of those videos, isn't it, where I just waffle on for a bit, but, you know, I remember these things. I got a memory, you know. I remember what the altcoin market was like towards the end of the last big major cycle. Yeah, here we go again. So coming down, drop in September, blah 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 blah, and then big move up. So the thing I'm trying to point out isn't that, you know, it's the same or anything like that, but, you know, a lot of the time people are very disappointed with crypto just before it gets crazy, and I actually think that we are looking still a chance that we do continue to move up, because there is rhythm across the board for the Dixie and the way the altcoins are and the sentiment. The liquidations are one thing, dodginess this, and yeah, it's all, you know, skepticism about, you know, what are we doing? You heard me even now, haven't you? You know, saying I'm going to take some chips off the table on this next dead cat bounce, if of course we get it. But there is also a chance that we just completely go to the moon, as we usually do at the end of a cycle's fourth quarter. We'll leave it there anyway. Again, I don't know. Nobody knows. I don't know. Nobody knows. But what I am saying is that it's very likely that we do see a bounce now that we've moved our way down into that major moving average, being the 200 simple and exponential in a golden cross. These are the places that you normally go for, and it's Bitcoin that it's doing it. It's not some sort of steaming turd coin that's now approached it while Bitcoin still has further to go. No, this is Bitcoin. It's the leader of the pack, and it's found itself down to that next level of support, and I think it's going to bounce from there, with a chance of complete reversal to a new all-time high, but more likely to move into 117,000. And again, scaling out just to have some of those dollars on the side, because I don't know where it's going to go from here. Right, thanks for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.